Okay, let's get started with the velvet headband tutorial. What you will need, stretch velvet. Do not get the like Halloween, I think it's like Panay velvet, crush velvet, something like that. Don't get that, it does not work. You need stretch velvet, you need scissors, some sort of marker. I use a Sharpie, you might want to use something slightly less permanent, inky, whatever. Sharpie. A measuring tape, some pins, and optionally you'll need hand needles and sew-on snaps. The reason for that will be explained in my shaper cap tutorial. And also a sewing machine or the patience to sew it by hand. I'm going to use a sewing machine. So let's get started. First of all, you need to know the measurement around your head where you want the headband to rest. I know for myself that that measurement is 23 inches. However, this is stretchy fabric. Depending on how you like them, whether you get headaches, you can have it stretched tighter or looser, or stretched not at all. You can stretch it super tight. You can wear it in different places on your head, whatever. I've made several of these for myself. I've got 4 of them in black right here, and I happen to know that I only need 20 inches of headband to fit my 23-inch head. I could only get a yard, no less, of this white stretch velvet, but you only need about 6 inches minimum. Will get you either 2 or 3 headbands depending on how big your head is and how big you want the headband. So I'm going to go ahead and measure 6 inches by 20 inches. Also, if you actually keep the selvage edge, that's a good thing. It will help. You don't have to, it's not necessary, but it's useful. Okay, set the rest of the fabric aside. Good to go. Now, the next step, if you don't have a selvage edge, you need to just single roll, standard hem, one edge, one of the short ends. If you have a selvage edge, which I guess you can kind of see that I have here, then you don't need to do that. In that case, we're just going to fold it in half, make sure it's right sides together. It's somewhat annoying because the velvet sticks to itself, but that's the property we like for holding our scarves on our heads. And then we're going to pin it. Okay, all pinned. Now, time to sew it. Make sure you're using either a wide stitch or stretchy thread or something. If you sew it too tight, the thread could break when you try and pull it over your head. Now we unpin. Okay, now you take it and turn it inside out. Or inside right, actually, I guess. Now you want to stick the raw end of the fabric into the selvage or hemmed edge. And you only need to stick it in like 1/2 inch maybe. So, there you go. And pin it. Then we're going to sew right here. Make it a relatively sturdy seam. And then this is relatively important. You're going to need to sew more lines across the headband, because otherwise the fabric will roll and your scarves will slip off. You can put as many of these extra lines in as you want, or as few, whatever works for you. I like to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, including the seam that holds the two ends together. And voila, you have a velvet stretch headband. Now, if you want to, and you can put a snap on to connect it to the shaper cap that I will do in another tutorial. We're just going to do that real quick and be done. You want to put the bottom part of the snap on the headband. Make sure you put the snap opposite the seam. You want to find the other other side, other half, put it there. And also make sure you put it at the back. This is against the nap. I'm rubbing against the nap of the fabric. This is smooth, this is rough, and I'm going to want to put the snap here. And you're done.